Hi everybody, this is Nafish. Today I'm going to go over Smartsheet dashboard and my primary focus will be doing some charts. Okay, so you can see this dashboard. We have a title right here, then we have some statistical data right here on the left, and you can see some links to the Smartsheet items. Okay, and then we have some graphs. If we go down a bit, you see different plots right here. Okay, so if you are interested to learn more like how I come to this point plotting all this data, you can just follow this video. Okay, so I'm going to start from the scratch. Before I start, I just wanted to show you the data I'm using for this plotting. So if you just Google search free data in Tableau, you can find this Salesforce Tableau page. Okay, and here if you come to the, I think it's in the middle, free health data. Okay, and this is the last one, IHME data. Okay, so I'm using the data. So I downloaded the data first, and then after the download, just wanted to show you the data. Okay, in Excel format. So basically this is the data, and I'm just looking at 2010 data. Okay, so you can see we have 7 columns, and um, I think we have, the data is quite big, so you can see like 11,782 rows. Okay, so this is the Excel file. So what do we need to do um, in Smartsheets? First of all, we are going to start from the scratch, right? So I'm creating a new workspace. So create new, and let's say data dashboarding. Okay, so this is the name of our workspace. So I can see here, if I go there, there is no files there, empty. So let's import the Excel file. So if I come here and right click, you can see I have the option to import the Excel file. So I click on that and then select, and this is the data I just showed you in Excel format. Okay, I'm going to click on that and say open, and then continue. Now it's going to ask you, like, are you going to keep the first column as the primary column? Okay, so as you know, like, the primary column is in Smartsheets, you can rename it but you cannot delete it. Okay, so you have the option here to change the primary column if you want, but we are not doing anything with the primary column right now, so I'm just keeping it as it is. Okay, so I'm going to import it, and it's giving me warning like this field may not be more than 50 characters long, so I need to shorten the name. Okay, so let's say data 2010. Okay, maybe I should add mortality data 2010. Okay, and now import. So it's going to import the data. Obviously it's going to take few minutes because it's a huge data set, right? Okay, so here's the data, and let me see. So remember we had 11,781 rows, and we can see the exact same amount here. So we are able to import the data successfully. And after the import, let's look into the data a bit. So we have the country code, then the country name, year, and then age group, sex, number of dates, and the date rate. Okay, so just looking into the data, you can see some of the numbers are left aligned and some of these are right aligned. And I think probably you guys know why it is, because the input, the way the data was inputted, you see this is a text data. So you can see the left quotation right here. Okay, so this is appearing as a text data, although you can see number. Okay, here there is no left quotation, so this data is good. Okay, I'm just looking into the data a bit, just overview, and you can see like here also number of deaths, this column, this also has the same issue. I'm double clicking on that, and you can see the left quotation mark right here, which if we have the left quotation in front of a number is going to be text, right? So you can't have like two different sort of values in a column. One is a text, one is a number. Okay, so I need to figure that out. So the way I'm going to do it, I'm going to create a new column. Okay, so insert column to the right, and going to keep the same name but just using the underscore. Okay, so number of deaths. Okay, and here what I'm going to do, I need to move up a bit, so moving up right here, and then double clicking on that, and then equals sign, and then value. Okay, so if you do that and point out the first cell right here, then close the parenthesis, hit enter, so the number is going to show up, okay, without this comma. Right now, what you need to do is right click on this and convert to column formula. Okay, if you do that, it's automatically going to fill all these 12,000 rows. Okay, so you don't need to drag and drop. Okay, so this portion is done, this column. So next, move on to the next one, which is the death rate. Okay, so insert column to the right, and then keeping the same name, death rate per 100,000. Okay, and hit enter. Now here I am going to do the same thing. So press equals to sign and then enter the formula. So it's value and point out to this cell. Okay, and close the parenthesis, hit enter. So you can see without this comma sign, it's the number is going to pop up and it's a number, it's no more a text. Okay, and now what you need to, it's very easy, just right click on that and convert to column formula. So it's automatically going to fill in all these all the cells in that column. Okay, so you can see it's totally right aligned, it's no more left or right aligned, it's totally right aligned, which is suggesting us this is all number. Okay, so we are down here going to save it. Okay, and now we are going to get some basic statistics out of this data. Okay, and then we are going to start on the dashboard. But first, let's have some basic common stats. Okay, so the way I'm going to do it, you can see this one, the summary. Okay, so I'm just going to click on that. So this is going to, so here we can have some summary from this specific sheet. Okay, so let's say we are going to have total country. Okay, hit OK, because there are, I don't know, like how many countries, so basically just going to have a count on the total number of countries, and you can see the number, sometimes the country is repeating, right? Because with the age group, it's we are just keeping the same country right here with different age group. So if you want to figure out what's the total number of country, what you need to do is you go there, hit equal sign, then count, and then distinct. Okay, we need to use the distinct feature, and then so it's going to give us the distinct countries, right? So even if you can see Afghanistan is repeated like several times, it's going to just give us one a country name. Okay, and after you do that, press distinct and then the parenthesis, you need to just select the first cell. Okay, right here. So you can see the column name is popping out here, right? So but I need to select the entire column, right? So what you need to do is you do a backspace and colon. Okay, and then hit any cell here, any cell. Okay, and it's going to have the cell number. You just need to remove the cell number, and you can see like we have the entire column selection right now. If I drag down, you can see the entire, oh sorry, I need to erase this three. Okay, now the entire column is selected. You can see that, right? Everything is selected. I think as I'm going down, somehow a 3 is popping up, but it is obvious, okay, that if you do that, the entire column is getting selected. Okay, now you need to close this parenthesis and hit enter. And you can see 187. So we have 187 distinct countries here. Okay, now let's have some more things, like let's say how many age group we have. So age group. Okay, I'm going to repeat the same formula so that you guys understand it better. So equals, then count, we're going to count how many age group we have, and you can see some repeated age groups, right? So we want the distinct function here so that we get only one specific age group. Okay, and then we need to select the whole column. How to do that? Select the any cell in that column, and you see this column name popping up. Erase this one right here. So the cell specification, have a colon. Okay, and select any cell in that column. Let's say this one, then erase this number. So you can see the whole column is selected right now. Okay, so you close it and you will get the number of age groups. Okay, now I can have a couple more things. Let's say total number of deaths. Okay, and let's say total death count. Okay, so we have it here, and you can see if you look into the data, we have male count and then female count, and then we have something called both, which is a summation of these two, male and female. Okay, so same with this age group, you have male and female, then you have both, right? So the way you so basically, if you just sum the whole column, the data will be misleading, right? Because you have male, female, and you also have the addition of on that. Okay, So you just need to select either male and female or only the both. Okay, so the way I can do it is equals to sum if. Okay, so whenever we have both, so I need to select, we need to select a condition here, right? So you can see the formula popping up, right? So this is the range. Okay, so this column, we are going to evaluate this column. Okay, so the way we need to select the entire column, again I described it before. Okay, so you have that, then a comma, and then whenever you have a match with both. Okay, so this is our keyword both right here. Okay, and then whenever we have a match, we are going to take the number, this number, right, and which is in a different column, right? So we have to specify that sum range, so the entire column, right? So the way we can select the entire column, again we select any cell in that column, then another cell there, erase that number, and then close the parenthesis. Okay, so this is going to give us the total death count, right? Okay, I think we can go more on this topic, like, add some more equations, but I just wanted to get started on the dashboard. So for now, we are good here. So this is, so you can, as you know, like you can have male count, female count, different age group count right here. Okay. But for our time, we'll just move on from here because we need to focus on the dashboard, right? So this is our um, workspace. So we have the data here, and then click right on that, and then you see the dashboard, right? Let's have a name of this dashboard. Let's say mortality dashboard. Okay, maybe I should add the year here, so 2010. Okay, so this is our dashboard. I'm opening that up and say get started, and you can see it's going to give us different options of widgets. Okay, so first thing first, we need to have a title. So I'm clicking on the title, and this is very interactive, so you can just click on here and you can just put it in the middle. Okay, drag and put it in the middle, this title, and you can have something here. So let's say mortality data 2010 analysis. Okay, so this is our title, and you can have a fill in here. Let's say we have a fill in of this, and you can also, you can do different things, right? Like you can have this one, maybe I don't have a good color choice, but you can just play with this color, right? So I'm just keeping it as it is, like here. Okay, so this is our title. So we have our title, and then we can add the summary we just created, right? So you can click on the metric right here. Okay, and then add data, and it's going to give you the option. So I'm going to give this mortality data here, and from there sheet summary data right here. Okay, so remember we use some equations in our data, and total country, age group, uh, death count. So I'm just selecting all three. You have the option, how you're going to do it, but I'm selecting those three. Okay, and I'm maybe I should move it on the left. So how to do that? You put cursor on that and drag and drop to the left. Okay, and you have a good real estate here. You can see like plenty of space. So, and I need to move it somewhere there. Okay, and you can do all sort of things here. So if you come and click in here, you can also align the text right here. So this is like it will be aligned in the middle. Okay, then you can also have a feel on that. So let's say you can have this color. Okay, in the title, you can do different things. You can also erase one of these values here if you want. Okay, you have that option. You click on that, you see you have this cross mark right here, so you can erase that, and you can do different things. I think it's very intuitive. Okay, so I'm going to move on. So we have this one here, some basic stats on the left. We have the title, and then I would like to have, if you click on the widget, you can see this, what is that, the shortcut right here. Okay, so what this shortcut is going to provide, let's say we want to have a link of the raw data. So I'm just going to click add and then Smartsheet item, because we have the data in Smartsheet, right? So click on that, and then let's say this is our data, right? We have the mortality data right here, and we have to have a title here. Let's say link to raw data. Okay, and let's have it right aligned, maybe, or maybe in the middle. Okay, you can do different things. Let's say I have a different color right here. Okay, and I'm going to make it short. And also, how about having underline right here, because this is a link, right? So I'm done with this. Then I'm going to move it on the right. Okay, so all the pages, for example, we're going to use. So this is our raw data, right? Now we can create a report and also have the link right here. Okay, so you can add more links to here. Okay, so I think I'm just going to save this dashboard. Okay, so this looks good so far, and I'm going right here in this folder sign. So now we're going to work on a report. Okay, create a report. So you right click on that in the workspace. Okay, you come into the workspace, right click, and you have the option of writing a report. Okay, click on the report. Okay, and raw report. Okay, and let's give it a name. Let's say mortality 2010 report. Okay, and the benefits of report I'm just going to describe. Just give me a minute. First I will show you how can we import the data. Okay, so once you open the blank report and click on our workspace data dashboarding, and it will give you the option to select the file, the raw data file, right? So I'm just going to select that, then press next, and now we have the option to select the columns we want. Okay, so you can trim the column here, right? So this is one of the advantages, right? But I'm just going to keep it as it is. So I'm going to have primary column. This is the short form of the country name. Then I'm going to have the country name, then sex, and you can change the order, obviously, age group, and then number of death, and death rate per 100,000. Okay, so press next, and it's going to ask for filter criteria, grouping criteria, summarize, all these things, but we are going to work on that later. Okay, first this is our report, and this is exactly as it is we have in the data file, right? All this data file, but you can see in a single page of report you can have 2500 entries. Okay, so if you want to go beyond that, you need to hit next. Okay, so now let's work on the report. In the report, you can see we have some certain criteria like the filter criteria, grouping criteria, summarize, and sorting criteria. Okay. First of all, I'm just going to hide this very first column. We don't need the sheet name. Okay. And then we have the primary column right here. Maybe we can hide that one as well. We don't need that one. Okay. So right now we have only 5 columns to work with. Okay. I'm saving this. And now the first thing is the filtering benefit. So in report, we can do some filtering. I'm just going to show you right now. So we have male, female, and both, right? How about we just keep both? So total death, male and female combined. Okay. So you need to specify the column header, which is like the sex. So that's the column name, right? So sex contains, okay, and then value is BOTH, both, and hit OK. So if you do that, you can see we have only data in both. Okay, and but we have all the age groups, right? Now let's say we want to change the age group as well. So where the sex is both, as well as you can see we have the and option right here. I added a new condition, right? And let's say the age group contains 0 to 6 days. Okay, you can also do or here. Okay, you can do and or. So let's do and. Okay, so when the both of the conditions are true, this is going to pop up. If I do or, then if any of the condition is true, it's going to pop up. Okay, so if I do that, you can see we are having both male, female, both in the sex column and also in the age group. But in the filtering, I'm just going to keep it as and. Okay, so we have sex both and age group 0 to 6 days. Okay, now add another filter. Here the death rate, okay, per 100,000 is, let's say, greater than 10,000. So we are only looking at the countries where the death rate is higher than 10,000 and the age group is 0 to 6 days. Okay, so we see some names right here, and we have 165. Maybe I can use a higher number right here, let's say 20,000, and just wanted to have less countries, and you can see still we have 131. Okay, so let me figure out, maybe you can use 550,000. Okay, and right now we have 92 countries, okay, where the death rate of 0 to 6 days is higher than 50,000. So you see these numbers right here, right? You can add another condition here, and if all the conditions are true, then only this is going to happen, right? The number. So let's say a here number of date is greater than, let's say, 1000. Okay, so let's review the conditions here. The sex has to be both, age groups from 0 to 6. You can have different filtering criteria, right? So this is, if so for my case, all these four needs to be true, and then you can have the data um, into this table. So you see, from 11,700 something, we have only 68 entries right now. Okay, and if I'm going to raise the threshold a bit right here, let's say 5,000, we're going to have um, you know 47 countries. Okay, so this way you can just do, you know you can do some filtering, and the report will give you this option. Okay, in report, this is really easy to look into the data, um, the data you want, okay, rather than looking into the whole raw data. Okay, you can also do some grouping here. Okay, you can also summarize the data. I'm not going into that right now. You can also do the sorting, like for example, like you want to sort based on that. So you click on that, and then number of date, and sort maybe descending, so highest number will be on the top. Okay, so here it's 68,000, and let's say we want to see only 20 countries, right? So if we just have a threshold of 17,000, okay, so let's say this number is 17,000 right here. So we have only 20 countries in the world with the highest death rate, and also, like, the number of days. Okay, so let's plot this out. Okay, so if I have already saved it, so I go back, and I go to the dashboard right here, and now we are going to plot it from the report. So you go hit edit right here, edit the dashboard, and click this plus sign, and then you have this chart option. Right now you have to add the data. I click on our workspace, and this is our mortality data report. Okay, and now we have the data right here. So I selected the data, and I'm stretching the graph a bit. Okay, so here we have the data. Okay, now we are going to do a couple of things, right? So we just don't know what it is. So let's say we want to keep, rather than all columns, we want to have the country name, and then number of date. Okay, and then save it. So here in this plot, we have the country name and the total number of date. Okay, so I'm just going to move it a little bit right here, and let's edit a bit. So if you click on this one of these bars, you can have this chart option. This is column chart, right? You can do this bar chart right here like this. Let's have a bar chart rather than a column chart for this one. And you can have this title right here. If you click on that, you can move it in the middle. This one, let's have a fill of red. Okay, you can do different things, right? And the one I wanted to show you is this horizontal and vertical axis. Okay, so you can show these tick marks, so these lines right here. Okay, and if you want, you can scale the data, or you can unscale the data. It's up to you. Then you can have this titling option. Okay, so let's say I want to have a title like this is in the horizontal axis, right? So counts. Okay, this is my title right here. I hit enter. Okay, and then vertical axis, we already have the country name, but let's show the tick marks. Okay, and then this series, if you want to show the value, you can just show the value right here. Let's show the value. Okay, and legend, why do you want to have this? Maybe no legend. Okay, so basically the column we're plotting, the name of that column, for our case, let's have no legend, or maybe we can have a legend at the bottom right here, number of deaths right here. Okay, and you save it, and you can see our, we named this horizontal axis, right, counts. So you can see the number of counts here, number of countries right here on the left, and this is our bar chart, right? I edit it here, and I want to have add one more plot, or one more chart. Click on chart and have add the data. I'm selecting the same data set, okay, the report data, but here I want to select three columns. One is the country name, okay, and then number of date and death rate. Okay, so we're going to have the number of death and death rate column side by side. Okay, and then you save it. Okay, so this is our plot. I'm going to edit it again, because this is not the way I would like to have it. So I need to stretch it a bit on the right side. Okay, and if you go here in columns, you have the option of stacked columns, meaning we will have single column but with two different colors, right? So going to click on that and show the labels. Okay, it's going to show the label. You can change this color as well. Let's say this is orange. Okay, now you have the option of the other column, which is this one. Click on that one. You see the date rate name popping up, and let's change the color. Let's have pink. Okay, and you can have show the value here as well. And if you go to the legend, let's say we want to have legend on top, let's say. Okay, so we have the legend on top. Then in the series, if you go in the series, okay, we already have the value. Okay, in axis you can rename this, like you have the option of having a title right here if you want. Okay, I want to have these tick marks. Okay, these tick marks lines on for the horizontal and vertical case. So I'm just going into these two and having these tick marks, right? And then also let's have it in the middle, this name, and make it a little larger. You can change the font as well if you want. Okay, and you save it. Okay, now one thing you would like to do is click on hit edit here, edit dashboard, and click on that again. Okay, and if you come to this widget behavior right here, you can add the data source of this specific plot. Let me do it again so that you remember. You click add. Okay, sorry, first click on this one. Okay, and then it will have this chart widget option. Come to the widget behavior at the very bottom, and it says take no action, right? But if you click on open a Smartsheet item, okay, and just show us the path, like where the data we have. So this is the report, and just hit OK and save. Okay, and just going to show you what this is going to do. So so now we have a complete dashboard, right? But if you come here and click on this one, okay, it's going to take you to the data, data source. Okay, so you can also kind of have a shortcut or link attached to this graph so that it can take you to the origin. But so far this is our dashboard. You can also have this report link right here if you want. Remember how to do that. Edit dashboard, come in here and add shortcut, Smartsheet items, go to our um, data dashboarding and have this, sorry, this one, mortality report added onto that. Okay, and save. So I think you guys learned something from today's lecture. If you have any question, let me know. Okay, take care, bye. And it's going to take a couple of seconds, I guess. And